I talked to Sensei about this actually. He asked me like what my take on One Piece is, and I said I think it's a good manga and a trash anime. I don't think there should be a discussion on that. And people who say there's almost no filler in One Piece, I think you're full of bullshit, because if you extend a scene for 6 minutes, that's literally supposed to be like maybe 30 seconds to a minute, like in actual like time. That's fucking filler. What is good, guys? Welcome back to a friend and a recurring guest basically on this channel. We got RJ from On the Rise here again. Shout out RJ. What's good, man?
Hi people, welcome. I'm glad to be back.
We got some spicy topics to talk about today. All right.
Hey, I'm ready.
So I was thinking, all right, I'm having RJ on. What can I talk about that's been controversial recently? And yeah, let's go with this, man. The internet has been in a frenzy so far with the new Gear 5 of One Piece coming out. And RJ is a One Piece fanatic as well as a Dragon Ball fanatic. So you know where this is going. Two of the biggest Battle Shonen fan bases have been at war with each other because they're like, which is more iconic, Super Saiyan or Gear 5? Literally both like just toxic Battle Shonen fan bases are just going at it. I personally think, as an outsider, because I'm not really like a big fan of both, I think this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I think this is super unnecessary. I'm like, Year 5 just came out, guys, just let them have it. But nah, Dragon Ball fans just want to make it all about themselves. But like, I've even heard, you know what's crazy? I heard people saying, nah, Ultra Instinct was more iconic than this. I'm like, Ultra Instinct? All right, bro, this is crazy. Anyway, I just want to know your thoughts as you are a part of both fan bases technically.
So I actually do agree that Super Saiyan is more iconic. I mean, it's Super Saiyan, right? It's like, it's the blueprint. I mean, let's be honest. Luffy's hair, if you've seen what Gear 5 looks like, spiked up for a reason. Let's be honest. His hair spiked up. I mean, like, Super Saiyan is the blueprint for a lot of modern day transformations within Battle Shonen, period. So with that being just the definition of iconic, now is it better than Gear 5 is completely another argument. But I do find the entire argument dumb, because this is the one thing I hate about the One Piece fandom, especially the One Piece Twitter fandom. And I'm not the only one that expressed this. I know Sensei has talked about this several times. A bunch of other One Piece fans have talked about this several times. The One Piece Twitter fandom is a toxic cesspool of bullshit. Like the fact that they, instead of just was like, Gear 5 is awesome and we love it, the fact that they went straight to just comparing it to another transformation, and then not only Super Saiyan, they went further to compare it to every transformation in anime and manga, period, for the simple goal of just saying One Piece is the greatest, just to spike fandom wars for God knows whatever reason. The One Piece community loves to talk about every other anime besides One Piece. But like, it is annoying, because I was like, as someone who was hyped for Gear 5, I was there when the manga chapter came out, was hyped for that. There when the anime episode came out, hyped for that. It kind of ruins the hype when you're just scrolling down, everyone's comparing it to Super Saiyan. Like, this was a One Piece moment. Why are we talking about Dragon Ball? Like, I don't like, I don't understand. I don't get that. What does Dragon Ball have anything to do with this? Because then, in fact, that for Battle Shonen, the irony of it all is that all the authors that everyone debates about are friends and constantly complimenting each other in their own comments and constantly saying they're inspired by each other, and they're all buddy together. Even some of them going out to the movies together. I mean, what's his face from Black Clover and what's his face from My Hero and Gege from JJK said they went out to the movies together. Like, like they're all friends, but their Western fan base is like proceeds to just keep battling each other. And I don't know. Battle Shonen fans just love ranking shit. Like
Battle Shonen fans like going after each other's throats for no reason. Like literally for no reason.
Yeah, they absolutely love ranking shit, and I guess that's why power scaling is as big as it is.
Yeah,
because they like ranking shit. Like that, this is what they do, and it's quite annoying. I mean, of course, I have my opinions, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because I'm here. I was here to see Gear 5 animated. I loved the animation of Gear 5. The episode itself is the same problem with the One Piece anime that it's been going on since the time skip, to be honest. The pacing is horrendous. Yeah, to give you an example of, for example, the Gear 5 episode, the entire episode was one chapter in the manga.
What?
They adapted one chapter. They're adapting one chapter per episode at this point. That's how bad.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's how.
Okay, for anyone that's watching, on average, most anime do 2 to 3 chapters an episode.
Yeah, because the chapters are 20 pages, and some, especially with action anime, with the action spreads, those chapters don't take that long. So you might get like 4 or 5 chapters because they're action spreads. So it's like 2-second movement within the anime, right?
Right.
And it's a whole page in the manga, but it's like 2 seconds within the anime because it's a fight scene, right?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
That's pretty average for One Piece to adapt one chapter per episode is ridiculous. That's absolutely just horrendous. like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
I literally only tune into the One Piece anime now to see things that I want animated, like the Gear 5 fight scenes. I want to see that animated, so I tune in, but I can't watch the One Piece anime anymore. I can't. It's too slow. It
is for sure. I mean, I talked to Sensei about this actually earlier, where he asked me like what my take on One Piece is, and I said I think it's a good manga and a trash anime, and he agrees. Like legit, like I don't think there should be a discussion on that. Like whether you think One Piece manga is like great or not, like that's fine, but like there is no excuse for anyone saying, man, the One Piece anime is like one of the greatest anime of all time. That's like objectively like just a terrible take, like to me at least, because you cannot and people who say there's almost no filler in One Piece, I think you're full of bullshit, because if you extend a scene for 6 minutes, that's literally supposed to be like maybe 30 seconds to a minute, like in actual like time. That's fucking filler. I don't care what the hell you say. One Piece has to freaking cut out 45% of the anime to make it actually canon. I don't care what anyone says. You're full of shit if you don't think that. It's
funny because shout out to Gintama fans. We all know Gintama made a joke about this, about how to extend so you don't catch up to the manga. And it's literally everything One Piece does. It was like hold on for a frame for like longer than it needs to be. Characters' lines extended. So like they say, you will never win. You will music never win. it's hilarious because it's true. And if you watch that, like you can just look up the Gintama clip on YouTube of them talking about how anime has, and that's literally what Toei is doing with One Piece. It's literally, and it's a shame because they don't really need to. One Piece desperately needs to go seasonal. Bleach went seasonal. Look at them now. Like, I mean, and it's the same for all the big three, if you ask me. The Naruto anime, I mean, I don't know if you remember when Naruto was airing. The amount of filler, the amount of filler Naruto kept producing was ridiculous. I mean, Bleach anime, they literally say skip the filler. Like, it's a lot of stuff has suffered, and that's why they don't do long running anime anymore. That's why One Piece and Case, I think One Piece, Case Closed, and another one was a child's anime, so it doesn't really count. It's like SpongeBob.
Oh, okay.
But I think those are the only 3 currently long running anime. Everything else is
Pokemon, I guess maybe.
Pokemon, yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
But they're also Pokemon doesn't have a manga, so it's like
Pokemon doesn't have a manga, and also like they're also overworking them too. So
yeah. So,
but look, in my opinion, right? I think the way One Piece does their filler is way worse than Naruto and Bleach. At least like you could just wait. You know what I mean? Like at least like there's a waiting period. Whereas with One Piece, it's like you are forced to just like sit through bullshit. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I agree. At least they give you like an alternate story. I mean, that story may or may not be ass, but you're still watching, like, I don't know, you're watching, Naruto chase a cat for like 2 episodes, right? At least he's doing something more.
Robo Naruto. Robo
Naruto. You're watching Robo Naruto. You get something out of it. It may be ass, but it is better than sitting there and waiting for Luffy to wake back the fuck up, like when it was one panel in the manga. Like, it's better. It's better than that. I agree. Yeah. I think the One Piece anime is a good binge until the time skip. After the time skip, I recommend anyone pick up the manga because it was bearable, and then it just became unbearable because they got close to the manga. Right now, I think right now they're about. I don't know. I'm not going to even guess. Yeah. But if they were to animate it correctly, they would catch up to the manga, and that's why they're doing this. So it's like it's ridiculous. It needs to go seasonal. I know Japan is used to their weekly One Piece, and they'll never do it. But it needs to go seasonal. Yeah.
I mean, look. I actually do disagree with you on one thing. I think you shouldn't. I think you shouldn't watch the One Piece anime. I picked up the manga after Ines Lobby. So much better. I'm like, all right, I can fly through this. I still need breaks in between because I'm like, okay, like there's only so much. Long. There's only so much One Piece I can really take. Honestly, like I barely touched Marineford still. I'm still on my break from One Piece right now. But I can't imagine going through Thriller Bark through the anime. I read through it. I'm like, thank God I read this, bro. I would have been literally shooting myself in the foot if I had to watch Thriller Bark, bro. This shit looks. I looked up how many episodes it was. I'm like, fuck that shit, bro. Like watching all that for this, nah, bro. I'm good. I'm glad I read through that. I just sped through it. I saw Frankie, right? Yeah, Frankie, the skeleton one. Brooke. I'm forgetting the names. My bad. Brooke. Frankie was the other dude from
the robot.
Yeah. My bad, One Piece fans. Don't kill me. Don't tell me to kill myself again. I'm sorry. All right.
They'll be all right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing I want to get into. Because I actually, when I talked to Augie this one time, it actually kind of sparked something where he says, "Oh, I've never had a bad interaction with One Piece fans. I think One Piece fans aren't that toxic." And I'm like, "You're living under a rock, dude." Or like he literally he's curated probably his feed or his timeline to be more positive, but I actually think One Piece is probably the worst fandom I've ever interacted with. They are, to me at least, from my anecdotal experience, they are the most toxic fan base. Like in on the internet, like straight up, I've had 2 One Piece fans tell me to kill myself. I've literally like a bunch of them like block me from like having like takes or whatever. It's just like if this is why people hate on One Piece is mostly because of the fans. I think if I were to read or watch One Piece like without the fandom, I would think it would actually be like really good. Like probably I could see why it's like one of the greatest. And honestly, I still see through the manga why it's considered one of the greatest. But I've watched a couple of videos. I've seen Doofy's video. I've seen Augie's video about how ratings and hype and fandoms just kill like your enjoyment of certain shows and manga. And I'm like, that's what's happening with One Piece. The fandom kills it, and it sucks because I see the vision. I'm like, I definitely see why someone would like this, but I don't think it's a masterpiece. Me personally, like where I am right now. Okay, you guys can say, oh, but you haven't even read through Marineford, or you haven't even gone past the time skip yet. And I'm like, that's the bullshit I'm talking about, bro. Like you think my opinions are so invalid unless I'm caught up. It's like, it's so stupid. And I don't know. Yes, other fan bases say the same thing, but not to the degree of One Piece fans, in my experience. Like literally, I would, if I could, I would block every single One Piece fan that I can, but can't do that. There's too many of y'all. And there are some One Piece fans that I actually like. So it's like, it is what it is. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but literally like worst experience I've ever had with
I definitely see where you're coming from. As for Augie, I would say maybe, I don't know. I don't follow all of Augie's tweets or catch all of Augie's tweets like that. But I would say it seems like he's never had a bad interaction with One Piece fans, because as a One Piece fan who is caught up, I've had bad interactions with One Piece fans. But then again, I've had bad interactions with all fandoms, to be honest. But I've had bad interactions with One Piece fans. Yeah. And I would say that Augie's probably never had a take that went against the community.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why he's never, or at least he's never tweeted out a take or posted a take or said a take in his career yet that has went against the community. Because I know even One Piece YouTubers have bad interactions with One Piece fans. I mean, there's a whole section of the One Piece community that hates Grand Line Review. Like, they hate him. And he's the biggest One Piece YouTuber. I've seen him have whole Twitter arguments with other One Piece YouTubers. Like, I mean, Sensei has talked about how other One Piece YouTubers have argued with themselves. And like, I mean, that's why he quit being a One Piece YouTuber. Like, I mean, I hope Augie doesn't have a, if you're watching this, Augie, shout out to Augie, the boy Augie. Yeah, but I hope he doesn't have a bad interaction with One Piece fans. I mean, I don't wish that on anyone. But no, they're definitely out there. I mean, I've had some not takes, but just opinions. Like it's not like arguing facts. We're arguing like opinions in the story that we perceive. And it was stupid too. Like I said, Luffy was not Yonko level, and people lost their goddamn minds. I was like, Luffy's not as strong as Kaido right now. I was like, but he's getting there. And they were like, what do you mean? He's unlocked Haki. Like they lost their minds, right?
Damn.
But yeah, no, I don't know if I would say the most toxic, because it's weird to me, because One Piece, as of recently, and I say recently, I mean like the past like 4 or 5 years, has really picked up in the West. Like it's always been the juggernaut it is worldwide, but because of 4Kids and all that stuff, the Western audience was not there. But after Funimation, now it's Crunchyroll, acquired the rights to it and started dubbing it and releasing it in the West, people started watching it, right? People started the One Piece binge became a thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's picked up in the West, and now it's become way more talked about, right? Because if you're caught up with One Piece, you have this elite status. I don't really understand it.
I don't get it.
For some reason, this is sidebar. There was this tweet that this girl tweeted out. It was really true. She was like, I don't even know if they're watching anime for enjoyment or just to be caught up, just to be in the know.
Just to say, you know what I mean?
Just to say I'm caught up, right? And it was like, are you enjoying it? Like, like, are you? I said it one time in a video. I was like, a lot of people just watch a bunch of anime to say that they watched a bunch of anime.
I actually used to be that guy. I actually did used to be that guy.
Did you enjoy? I used to be that guy too. I think that's like an anime kind of thing where you just watch everything, and that's why I think that's why I drop shows so quickly now.
Yeah. No, for real. I like I remembered that's why I got burnt out in 2018, 2019. For you guys that don't know, because I don't talk about it a lot, I actually stopped watching anime. Like I quit anime in like 2019, I think, like either late 2018 or early 2019. I just quit watching anime because I'm like, fuck this shit, bro. Like all this shit's ass, because like I kept trying to watch everything. I tried so hard to just keep up with everything, and I'm like, now I don't want anything. Fuck this shit. I missed the Demon Slayer hype. I missed the Vinland Saga hype. I missed actually some pretty good hype moments in internet history because I got burnt out. I did. I really did. I could say my comeback story of why I love anime again. It was in 2020, by the way, when like the whole world got locked down. But do not do what we did. Do not try to watch everything, and don't be those One Piece fans that's like, you know, I watch it dub, and if I put it on 1.5 speed, I catch up so quick. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You're just consuming.
Cardiac.
Yo, when Cardiac says that, I think he's disgusting, bro. I'm like,
Cardiac, absolutely gross,
gross, bro. I understand you're busy, Cardiac, but that is disgusting, bro. You're like, 1.25, 1.5 speed, I can do it, bro. I'm like, dude, you're nasty, yo.
Yeah,
you're so nasty.
I never got burnt out, but I definitely I got burnt out of the mid. Like it came to a realization. I was like, I don't have to watch everything, because as a seasonal watcher, as a guy who's known for watching
National, we dropped National so quick.
I dropped National so quick.
So quick.
I don't even think I made it to. I got episode 2. I got halfway through episode 2 and I turned it off.
You know what's crazy? I picked it back up again to watch up to episode 4 because of the Flow podcast. Because they're saying, no, I promise you it gets better. I watched up to episode 4. I'm like, nah, you guys are dumb, bro. Fuck this shit. I still dropped it. I was like, nope. I think I did the same thing you did. I dropped it after episode 2. It's mid as fuck.
Like it, to be honest, like it's to the point where if I'm scrolling through my anime list or whatever, however you find your anime or Crunchyroll, whatever, I'm scrolling through, and if the poster doesn't grab me,
L poster, fuck you, bro.
Yeah, if the poster doesn't grab me, or if somebody tells me the synopsis doesn't grab me, because I watch all the, you know, seasonal, there's a bunch of YouTubers that come out with, these are the ones to watch this season, right? I watch them all just to see if I missed anything, because sometimes the posters don't grab me and I miss it, right? And I forget what show recently that was for, where I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. I forget what show, but sometimes the poster don't grab me and I'm like, nah, I'm skipping that. And then I go back and I'm like, oh no, this is actually pretty good, right? But it's to the point where if the post doesn't grab me, and then some stuff like this summer season, my summer watch list is somehow completely different from all the other seasonal. Not completely different,
because it's all sequels.
it's mostly sequels. And as for the new anime, like there's a bunch of new fantasy stuff. Like there's like this Spellcaster of the Seven Blades anime that everyone's talking about, and they're like, oh my god, it's so good. And I'm like, I look at it and it looks like isekai. It's not isekai, but it looks like isekai.
It
and
looks
I'm
like
like,
basic
nah.
fantasy, bro. It looks like
Yeah,
basic
I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Not Mushoku
There's another,
Tensei. I'm good, bro.
there's another one called Dark Gathering, which I watched the first episode of it, and I was like, if it doesn't grab you, drop it.
Yeah, just drop it, please. Just drop it if you think it's like mid off the bat. Fuck it.
There's
And
too much anime out there.
we say this, and we're watching like 8+ anime a season.
Okay, but 8+ anime that we're enjoying though. Like that's the point though. We're enjoying it. We're not watching something we're not enjoying. Like we drop MASH so quickly.
the quickest, bro. I was like, I don't give a fuck what my friends say, bro. This shit is mid, bro.
I was like, yeah, this is not funny. I'm sorry. This is not funny. No, I'm done.
No, I'm done. I'm actually, what is it? I'm watching 10 anime this season. And people call me crazy for like being like, you drop anime so quick. I'm still watching 10 anime like that are actually like decent, like that I'm actually interested in. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And honestly, this is on the high end. Actually, on normal seasons, I think I would only be watching around 6 to 7. 10 is actually crazy because they're all sequels, to be honest with you. Except for maybe like 3, maybe. But
I watch about like 12 a season. I think as for right now, I think I'm watching actually less than I did last season. 3,
I mean, last season was incredible.
10. Now I'm watching 10. Yeah.
Oh, you're watching 10. Okay.
I'm watching 10.
Okay. All right. We're on par there. Okay. This actually kind of leads into my next topic that I really wanted to talk about. All right. So I'm realizing for the past honestly few months now that and I think from based on my tweets and stuff and like our interactions, I'm falling out of love with Battle Shonen, and I think it might be an age thing because I am getting older. I've seen a lot of Battle Shonen in my years, like literally, like ever since I started watching. My very first anime was Dragon Ball, and that's like the godfather of all of Battle Shonen. And I have seen pretty much almost every like popular Battle Shonen, and I've dropped some too, like the Fairy Tail and Seven Deadly Sins. Sorry, I can't do it. Garbage. But yeah, I noticed this when I see Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I am 2 episodes behind, and I have no desire to catch up right now. And I know I'm gonna catch up for sure because I actually think it has potential. This last arc, but I just have no desire to watch it. And I thought also this first arc of Jujutsu Kaisen was a big waste of my time personally because it's a flashback arc, if you guys don't know. And usually in good flashback arcs, you're able to at least get something. You at least learn new things. And sure, I learned a little good, like new things from this flashback arc, but I just didn't feel like it was enough for it to be its own arc in this anime. If you're going to do a fast-paced flashback arc like this, you might as well just make it either an OVA or a movie. You just might as well do that for me. For me, you wasted 4 to 5 weeks of my time like doing this. I would have rather you just, I don't know, do what I just said, or like maybe sprinkle in some like in the Shibuya arc or whatever. I just felt like it was a waste of my time. And people call me I'm tripping. People say I'm dumb for that. It's just my opinion, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But I just can't accept like mediocre Battle Shonen anymore. Like I just can't. And Bleach, like I think JJK and Bleach, I have 2 opposite problems. Bleach to me is taking a little too long for me to get to the really good parts, whereas JJK is going too fast. But if you're gonna go too fast, you might as well just not waste my time and make it a movie so I can get to the good shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know if we share similar takes or not, but I know at least from what I understand from what you've been watching, you don't really prop Battle Shonen as highly as a lot of people do. I just want to get your take on that. If you agree, disagree, in the middle.
To be honest, I think you're just tired of the formula. Because the way you talk about Battle Shonen is the way I'm kind of starting to feel about shonen romance. Not specifically not particularly shonen romance, but the shonen romances, the Nagatoros, the Komi-sans,
those are crazy, yo.
The shonen, I like to call them shonen Discord romances because they're always someone Discord profile picture, right?
For real.
But yeah, those. Which they're not bad. I wouldn't say they're bad, but I'm tired of the formula, right? They're all this girl with some quirk. Right now, we have the girl who forgot her glasses, right? That's happening this season.
Yeah.
With some quirk, and it's through this guy's perspective of how much he likes this girl, right? and either she's the most popular or she's the only one that sees him. I know Kubo-san won't let me be invisible or something. Angel next door, or she's very nice and cooks, and it's not, they're not badly written. It's just that they're the same.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much
with different quirks, and it gets annoying after a minute. But yeah, no, I think you're just tired of the formula. As for JJK, personally, I agree with you with the fast pace, but I'm the opposite side of the spectrum. I think this arc should have been longer, because my problem with JJK is the same thing. It's way too fast paced. From the first season to the movie to this arc, it is way too fast paced. It's paced well enough to get you to keep watching, to get you to see what happens, right? It's not God of High School, right? Or you're just like, I don't understand what's going on. and did that old man just die? Where was he? Who is
Dude,
that?
actually, I was thinking that. I was like, did we ever get a real explanation how he died? I actually don't remember. I don't remember. Like, what?
No, he just showed up and died, and they all started crying, and we were like, who is that?
I was like, what?
Yeah. And God of High School anime, the actual.
Dude, that wasn't fast paced. That was blazing, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that was
literally.
I'm not talking about anime. So God of High School fans that read it, I've read the first 20 chapters. They're right. It's way much better paced. It's an actual story, But yeah, JJK is it's somewhere in the middle where it's like it's fast paced enough to get you to keep watching. Be like, okay, yeah, I'll keep watching. But it's too fast paced to get you enough to care, because spoilers for if you haven't seen JJK, right? I'm about to spoil the first 5 episodes of the second season. Rico, the girl that died, I didn't care.
I you know what? It happened so it happened so abruptly that I was like, this isn't real. Like
it was shocking. It was like, oh wow, okay, they just did that. But as for like crying over Rico, like missing Rico as a character, she's barely in the story. Like I didn't care. We literally didn't get her motive and who she was as a person. We got it at her final moments. She explained to us who she was at her final moments, and then she got shot in the head. Like, so it was like,
what's up with Battle Shonen doing that, bro? Demon Slayer did the same thing. What's up with that, bro?
Exactly.
I want to know what's up with that.
Another hot JJK take. What's his face? I forget his name. Black-haired boy from the first season that Yuji made friends with.
Oh, that dude. Dude, everyone was so sad, and low
Didn't
key,
care.
I was. People were like, "Oh, he was supposed to be one of the guys, though," and I'm like, I honestly didn't think that the whole time.
I didn't think that either. Didn't care. Didn't care. The only reason I care about Gojo, Geto, or Yuji, or Megumi, or Nobara is because I spent so much time with them, not because the show actually made me care. I think that's because of the pacing. JJK does not slow down. You're there, it gets it done, and that's just the way Gege writes his story. It's in the manga, because I was like, oh, is the anime rushing it? And the manga fans told me, no, they actually slowed it down for the anime. I was like, that's JJK slowed down.
That's slowed down?
Yeah, that's slowed down. The manga's faster than that. So it's like, no shame to anyone who likes JJK, but it's too fast for me. It's way too fast for me to make me emotionally invested, right? It's paced well enough for me to keep watching, and I like it. I think JJK is okay. But for me to actually get mostly invested and call this great or even good, it's way too fast paced. It's way too fast. Like, it needs to slow down. And
honestly, I think if it was more mid, I would have liked it if it was super fast, because I'm like, at least I'm getting through this mid pretty fast, but I actually see the potential, so I'm like kind of mad that like it's going this fast.
I still think it's well written. I just think it's too fast paced. Like, I still think it's a good story. It's not Demon Slayer. I don't think it's garbage. It's not Demon Slayer where I'm just like, this isn't well written and it's too fast paced. But I don't, and Demon Slayer fans, not sorry. But yeah, I think JJK needs to slow down. So for me, I personally would have liked this. I probably would have added like 2 or 3 more episodes to this to make you actually care, to make you actually bond with the characters, so the death hits. But it is what it is, right? I still enjoy it. As production value, always JJK slams. I love. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I like season 2's animation better than season 1's. To be honest, because it's better. But as for Bleach does have a problem with slow pacing. That was a problem with the manga. When the manga chapters were coming out, a lot of fans were just like, wow, Kubo, get to it. Like, Bleach does have a problem with pacing too. Bleach can be a little slow. So I hope they do fix that.
Yeah.
I hear they are, because I hear one episode's going to adapt 9 chapters of material, and those 9 chapters are going to be fights. The 9 chapters were fight scenes, so
Okay.
Going back to our original point, a fight scene is adapted in 4 to 5 seconds. So yeah. But I understand what you're saying, because for me, it's not that Battle Shonen's bad. It's just that it's not the best. And I said this again with Cardiac if he ever releases the video we recorded.
Oh my gosh, please, Cardiac, just upload videos, bro. Like, please. Like that's all I ask of you at this point. Upload something, man.
If he ever releases the video we recorded, I said it in there, and I was like, I think the problem with the Battle Shonen and Battle Shonen community that a lot of people have is not the love for Battle Shonen. It's the idea that it is just anime. So when people say anime and they list only Battle Shonen, and that's not even all that's in the shonen demographic, they just list action shows. And it's just like, wow, it's like a subsection of the community, and they act like it's anime. And so people would say, what's the best anime? And the list is all Battle Shonen. As someone who watches a lot of anime, it's like, once you veer out of Battle Shonen, you run into shows that are just like, wow.
Right.
Shonen could never.
and people like shit on me when I say if you're a Battle Shonen fan, you're fucking brain dead. I think I'm insulting. No, it's just a matter of fact. You don't like other shit. And it's like, and when you say these are the best anime and you do all one genre, you're fucking stupid. And I say that with mostly every other person that only does one like demographic or one type of anime. I think you're dumb for that. And you could say it's your preference. I don't care. You're not representing what anime is. If someone tells you what's the best, like name me a list of the best anime, and you name just one type of anime, I think you're dumb for that. I think that's not representation of what anime is. Me personally, all right. If you take offense to it, I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm sorry.
I'm not as mean as Archie. I wouldn't say you're dumb, but I do agree with his opinion. I don't. I don't think you're dumb, but I do think you're not representing anime as a whole. And of course, like what you like, watch what you watch. I'm not trying to force anyone to watch anything. I don't care what you like or watch. But I do think when we're representing anime as a whole, like for example, I know, was it last year? I think it was last year. The YouTuber Rogers Base did this like manga of the year like tournament, right? And I think he does it every year. Where he had like and basically he got called out because a lot of the manga for the Manga of the Year award were shown in manga.
What was it? Rogers Base?
Rogers Base, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, wait, I don't think it's Basement. It's Base. It's Rogers Base.
Rogers Base, yeah. He did this manga, and he got called out because a lot of the manga in the bracket were shonen manga, and like you would think like the popular shonen manga that everyone talks about nowadays, and not to say they're not good, but the Dons, the Kaiju number 8s, the Spy X Families, the JJKs, the Bleach, Bleach not manga, but Bleach manga ended. But yeah, all those manga that everyone talks about, the Shonen Jump manga, the one you get the Manga Plus app and you're gonna read them, right? Mm-hmm. And it was just like, wow. And it's even worse in manga because more manga come out than anime, right?
Oh, way more. And you know what's crazy? There's way more mid in manga too, actually.
The way more manga come out in anime. So being a manga reader and only sticking to the shonen demographic is already bad enough. Like in anime, you can stick to the shonen demographic and you can still get some variety, right? But being a manga fan and sticking to one demographic is worse because it's just crazy. It's like there's so much shoujo, there's so much josei, there's so much seinen manga that come out each year to make Manga of the Year, and it's just like one shoujo, 2 seinen, and the rest are shonen, and it's a bracket of 32. Like that's ridiculous, right?
Right.
So that's the problem that I have with like the shonen community, and specifically the Battle Shonen community, is that they come out and they say the best, right? He would have never gotten any flack if he just said Shonen Manga of the Year award, right?
Right.
No one would have batted an eye, right? Because it's in the title, right? Yeah. And they come out and they say these are the best, and they're all shonen, and they're most specifically all Battle Shonen. Yeah. Demon Slayer's on that list somehow, but that's my problem. Like they act like it's the best, and that's why it's not why I don't hype up Battle Shonen, because I give props when I actually enjoy watching a Battle Shonen. But when I watch a bunch of anime, I'm watching something like My Happy Marriage or Undead Murder Farce this season, and it's like these are better. Link Click's the best anime.
Second best, but we'll keep going.
You're a Bugo Stray Dogs fan, but
No.
It's like when you watch shows like that, it's like it's like these are knocking it out of the park, and they're not about like I rather talk about these, and it's no hate towards Battle Shonen because I am enjoying JJK right now. I am enjoying Bleach right now, right? I think those are only two.
Those are the two. I think those are the two. This and if you want to go into last season, Dr. Stone and Demon Slayer, like
I am gonna catch up to Dr. Stone. I do not enjoy Demon Slayer, but that's a whole different topic. But yeah, I do enjoy Battle. I mean, my favorite anime is Dragon Ball Z. Like I do enjoy I do enjoy Battle Shonen. But when I'm watching more shows and more shows, like the shows that stand out as the best of the season tend not to be them. Yeah. They just tend not to be them. Link Click is better written than JJK. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But that's
to me, it is too. It is too.
It is better written than JJK. For those who don't know what Link Click is, go on Crunchyroll and watch it.
It's Chinese, so be aware. It might feel weird watching it at first, but trust me, it's good. Like get over it.
It's really good. Like yeah, I Link Click is better than JJK. Like I personally I think I'm enjoying Mushoku Tensei more than I'm enjoying Bleach and JJK right now. Like
yeah, you hear that, T? You hear that?
I am, and I'm enjoying both of them. Like I'm enjoying all of them. Like if I were to rank them, so it's not like I'm saying these are garbage, get them out of here. No, I think they deserve their place. But on my ranking system, and to be honest, on a bunch of seasonal watchers ranking system, they don't rank that high. Like
right.
Not sometimes they don't even make the top 10. Like everyone thought JJK was going to kill it this season, and Zom 100 came out of nowhere and was like,
Zom 100 is better.
And My Happy Marriage is literally top 1 for the last 2 weeks.
and you don't like it, which is crazy.
I don't dislike it. I think it's okay. I think
that's crazy.
I think it's an average romance, but that's another hot take.
As a man that says I'm so tired of shonen romances. Oh, no, a Josei one comes around and he's like, nah, this thing is like not it, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. But compared to the other Josei romance, I read Change of the Heart. I forget the Japanese name. I think it's Hono Switch.
I think I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I read Hono Switch. That's not it should be an anime. Any Hono Switch fans out there, it should be an anime. It was really good. I read that. That was really good. And then Woltakoi are the two Josei I know off the top of my head that I've read. I've probably seen a lot more. I just didn't know they were Josei. I think My Senpai is Annoying as a Josei. I'm pretty sure that's a Josei.
That I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was a Josei. I found out it was a Josei. I was like, that was a Josei anime? But Oku is another one. Oh, I think Oku is a shoujo. But either way, Oku is another one that came out on Netflix. It was really good. It's a Josei. Yes. Oku is another one that I really enjoyed. But My Happy Marriage is just, it's okay.
but it's above JJK is what you're saying, though.
I wouldn't put it.
No,
I wouldn't. Not for my enjoyment. I'm happy. I'm happy it's doing well though.
Okay. Because we need more Josei that's like actually doing that.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean? I have it doing for my personal enjoyment. I wouldn't put above JJK. I really enjoyed the JJK flashback. I wish it did slow down, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I think of the best anime or like my favorite anime that I've seen this year. Like I don't think there's any Battle Shonen. Like it would be like there's a sci-fi in there. There like Trigun's in there, Buddy Daddy's is in there. Bungo Stray Dogs, both season 4 and 5 this year, way better. What is it? Oshinoko, Heavenly Delusion, Vinland Saga, obviously.
I'm saying I don't think there's any. I don't think any Battle Shonen can make my top 5 this year either. Like
yeah, and if people come up to me as like, no, but Bungo Stray Dogs and Vinland Saga are Battle Shonen. No, they're seinen. Like they're seinen. Like I don't know what to tell you. They are like they're not Battle Shonen. I'm sorry.
I don't think this is hot take. I don't think Battle Shonen, to be honest, this year has specifically Battle Shonen. I don't think it's in the top 20, to be honest, for this year.
I would just because I would to think about it.
We've gotten so many good shows. I'm pretty sure I can think of 20 anime that I put above Battle Shonen. No hate towards Battle. Like I'm enjoying Bleach, JJK. I did not enjoy Demon Slayer. But I know I keep saying that. I did not. Season 3 was the worst season. I mean, I already didn't enjoy Demon Slayer. And then, of course, Demon Slayer fans, you haven't gotten to the twins and the twin arc. That's what you guys are hyping up.
Bro, that was what they were hyping about? Like, I don't get it.
This is what you guys are hyping. The twin and the Nezuko reveal. This is what you guys are hyping up? Okay. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Even the peaks of Tokyo Revengers, which apparently this is the best like part of Tokyo Revengers, like apparently that's coming out. Even that, I don't even know if it scratches the top 10 for me either.
You're better than me. Like, I dropped Tokyo Revengers after season 1. I couldn't. I
don't know. I found it enjoyable, but yeah, it doesn't even scratch the surface of my top 10. I don't think. Like, literally, Battle Shonen to me, I'm not gonna say it's dying. I think I take back what I said about when I said Battle Shonen is dying. I just think Battle Shonen's falling off for a lot of people, as like it's just getting formulaic. It's too formulaic, to be honest with you.
Well, okay, I did forget one Battle Shonen that I think scratches the top 20. Hell's Paradise. I think Hell's Paradise. I don't think it's gonna scratch. I don't think it's gonna scratch my top 10. But I think it's gonna scratch the top 20. Hell's Paradise. I think.
Hell's Paradise. I have mixed feelings about Hell's Paradise. When it's good, it's good. But when it's like mid, it's mid. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm looking at it now. I was like, there's no Battle Shonen that I think scratched the top 20. I was like, that doesn't seem right. But Hell's Paradise was very enjoyable for me to give props.
Yeah. And honestly, the reason why I like bash on the JJK backstory so much is because I've seen what a good backstory is like. I'm watching Bungo Stray Dogs right now. All the flashbacks of Bungo Stray Dogs are just better. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is where a lot of Bungo Stray Dogs fans get hooked onto Bungo Stray Dogs is season 2 at the very start. There's a flashback arc. It's only 4 episodes, around the same amount as Jujutsu Kaisen. In every aspect except animation, it does better than JJK. Every single thing. The writing, the characters, it adds way more context into why Dazai is the way he is and why he joins the detective agency. It just shows so much more and fleshes out characters and storylines so much more that only like JJK could only dream of doing. And it's like whenever people say like, man, that was a good arc, I'm like, that was some bullshit, bro. I don't care what you say. That is some bullshit. If you want to see some good flashback arcs, go fucking watch Bungo Stray Dogs. Honestly, I like the flashback arc where we see Kakashi in them, like in Naruto, better. Like I like that better too. Honestly, I don't know, man. I just whenever someone tells me like, man, I actually really enjoyed that flashback arc. You never seen a good flashback arc. Like, I'm sorry. I can't in good conscience say that was a good flashback arc. I really can't. And I don't know. I mean, you said it was just like enjoyable, but
I enjoyed it.
It was too fast.
But I enjoyed it because, like I said, I think it had problems. I enjoyed it because of the story it was trying to tell. Like I said, I think if it was more fleshed out, slower, then it would have been a lot better. But I enjoy characters like Gojo, right? I like characters that are overconfident and actually are what they say they are, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. They actually are what they say they are. So like characters like I haven't finished it, but Dio. But where it's like they say they're the hot shit and they actually are the hot shit. Like Gojo says, I am the strongest, and he actually is the strongest. Like there's not because 9 times out of 10 when characters say they're the strongest, their arc is like Vegeta, right? To humble themselves, right? Which is nice, but it's too overdone for me. So when characters like Gojo come out and be like, yeah, I'm top 1. I am the strongest, right? And it's like, I that's why I feel like this arc kind of explored Gojo being the strongest, but he still couldn't do anything, right? And that's what I liked about it. Gojo personally, where it was like, yeah, we see Gojo's the strongest, but he still couldn't save. He couldn't save the girl. He couldn't save his best friend. He failed. He killed Toji, but he failed.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I think that is what I like about the arc. What I didn't like about the arc is what I said earlier about the other characters. Seeing Geto's motivation, okay, sure. But like I said, I'm more bonded with it through Gojo. Rico.
Don't even know her, honestly. Don't even know her.
Barely know her, but rest in peace, I guess. I am pissed at them because it took way more brain power, and this is on me. I think this is an RJ thing. It took way more brain power for me to realize that Shoko, the girl that was with Gojo and Geto, is the doctor lady in season 1.
Oh, they have the same name.
I didn't know that was. I forgot her name. I forgot.
Oh, you forgot her name. Oh,
I didn't know that was her. So I was like,
how? I was like,
so I was expecting Shoko to have more involvement in the story because she was on the poster, she's in the opening. I was like, oh, it's gonna be the trio, right? It's gonna be like Yuji, Megumi, and Obara, like the trio is gonna be their story. She was barely in it, and I was like, why is she barely in it? And then I scrolled through Twitter, and everyone was like, oh, look at the glow up, and I was like, oh my god, that's her.
That is her. Yeah,
I was like, that's her. Like she's very. But even besides RJ's dumb moment, I'll take that L. Yeah, that was my dumb moment. But yeah, she was barely in the story. She's in the opening, and they're supposed to be like this trio, and she's barely in the story. Like she did nothing besides talk to Geto that one time. She didn't even go on the mission. I was like, aren't they like a trio? Aren't they a team? She didn't even go on the mission to Rico. Like I was like, and isn't she a medical? Like she would have been very useful on that mission. But that's another thing. All the other side characters. It was nice seeing Toto's teacher. I forget her name. The blonde-haired lady.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice seeing her. It was nice seeing Nanami. Nanami is one of my favorite characters, JJK. Just because his demeanor, he's just like, man, I gotta work.
Yo, shout out to Zom 100, but man, I need a job.
Yeah. Shout out to Zom 100 because Nanami would love that anime.
Love it. He'd be like, why don't I quit?
Yeah. I love Nanami. It's like I do like JJK, but yeah. That's why I enjoyed the flashback because in 1, I believe the story actually started. No offense to JJK season 1. JJK season 1 was a bunch of fast-paced character moments and fight scenes and barely any story besides the dude that died. But like I said, didn't really care about that because he was there for 3 episodes. So like sorry, not sorry, but the story.
He got bullied though, RJ.
Yeah, okay. We got learned. we learned about the actual intricate details of the sorcerer world, right? We learned why Geto is doing what he's doing. We learned about Gojo's abilities. The story started, right? And that's kind of why I'm waiting for Shibuya because that's who was the story starts. Like the events of Shibuya are still playing out in the manga right now. Like that's when I'm waiting for the story to start. Like the tuning, and whatever in the first season was okay. It was fun, but
you know what? I think the flashback arc was so disappointing to me that I think I'm gonna end up just liking the Shibuya arc just for the fact that it's better than the flashback arc. I feel like that's just what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be like, oh, this is better than it was before, but that's it. I don't know. And also, I wish they that episode where they show Geto's descent into racist Geto, like that was like I'm glad they at least like showed it that way, but I'm like, you couldn't have extended that for like 2 more episodes. Like it would have been nice to like suddenly see his change of like, nah, man, humans are actually ass. Fuck them. And then like, you know what I mean? Like that would have been nice, but they did all that in 1 episode, which I'm glad they at least showed the descent and not him just randomly like snap and be like, I'm racist towards humans. You know what I mean? But it's like it could have been done better. Like I don't know. It could have been extended.
Slow it down. Slow it down. Yeah. But no, like I said, I do like Jay. There are things that I love about JJK. You know, Nanami, Gojo are my 2 favorite characters. But yeah, season 1 was all set up. It was all set up. It was all set up. Like it was all set up. It was interesting setup. But it was all set up. It was 25 episodes of setup. And I was like, this is cool.
It's cool. That's all. Cool.
It's cool. I'll continue it. I'll wait for season 2. But season 2 I'm enjoying it because the story is actually starting. And there are problems.
Yeah. But I mean, they delayed it for some reason. I actually don't know why they deleted it.
Overworked.
Oh, you know what? Mappa give them a break, bro.
Yeah, typical Mappa overworked. So the JJK team, which has changed, they're overworked. I mean
they're overworked.
They're animating more because of the new style, right? So with simplistic animation like they're doing right, with simplistic character design, not animation that they're doing right now, it's hard. It's more animation involved. It's not more animation involved. It's actually easier, but it's more movement, right? It gives a sense of more movement because of the simplistic character design. While with the first season, it was very detailed. Like, so to move a character, to draw a frame, you would have to draw a lot, right? With this one, you don't have to draw as much, so it is easier to animate, but it's also more work towards getting the illusion of movement. So because you're not animating as much as the first season, right? So they have to work. So they equally have the problem of creating the more movement. And they succeeded. I mean, the anime
it was great.
It looks incredible.
It was great looking.
They succeeded, right? But give them time.
Right. Okay. I get that for sure. I'm just ready for the Shibuya arc for sure. And I did not expect this to be a JJK slander discussion. I guess that's just what it is. Anyways, this kind of does lead to my next discussion point of like, do you think like I've seen on the internet, and I don't know if it's just my timeline, but I noticed whenever there's like a crazy great animated fight scene, it gives the anime way more hype than I think it deserves. Like no offense, Gear 5, but hella animated. The anime's still ass. I don't care what anyone says, but the a crazy animated Gear 5 fight scene, and oh my gosh, the internet breaks. And like same with JJK, where like Mappa just like created this explosion of action that was like crazy. But it's like it doesn't change the fact that this arc was like not that great to me. Like it just wasn't, and it was still too fast. Like I don't, and people are like, they see these fight scenes, they're like, oh my gosh, this is peak, and I'm like, peak animation, but like that doesn't mean the show is freaking peak. Like I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but it's like to me, I noticed like if it's a pretty fight scene, people will go crazy, and people will think the show's better than it actually is. But
so when it comes for animation, I know the basics, and I say basics, I mean basics, like I said earlier, how the season 2 is easier to draw versus season 1, because season 1 was way more detailed with shading and everything. But I don't know the intricate details, so I can't get into the technical aspects. But I agree, because animation is not that important. I did a whole video on this because I saw the same thing. And it's okay. It's all right if you are a meathead. That's what I call them. If you are a meathead and you love fight scenes, right? I love fight scenes. It's the reason why I'm still watching Demon Slayer, although I'm not enjoying it, because I like pretty cool fight swords.
By the way, guys, this is a Fate fan saying this, and Fate has crazy animation, and he's saying this.
Yeah. So I enjoy fight scenes. I do. Like I said, it's the only reason I'm still watching Demon Slayer, because I'm not enjoying the story. But it does hype it up way too much. I agree with all the tweets where it says Battle Shonen fans say my show is peak and then show a fight scene.
Right.
Which, in defense of that, if if it is a good Battle Shonen, 9 times out of 10 the climactic moment is going to be the fight scene, right? And it's the fight scene with the context. But that's the point I'm trying to make. It's the fight scene with the context that makes the moment peak. Rock Lee versus Gaara is nothing without the Rock Lee and Gaara story, right? Without the story of Rock Lee's flashback, without the story of Gaara's flashback, which we didn't get to later, but without the context of the fight, it's nothing. If you show someone the YouTube video of Rock Lee versus Gaara, they'll be like, that look cool. If you have someone sit down and watch the anime, then suddenly it brings a whole new meaning. Suddenly that's when they fall in love with the fight. This is just me using that fight scene as an example, right? It's the context of the fight. And that context is not the animation itself, but it is the writing. The writing of the show is more important than how the show looks. And that is where I think shows like Demon Slayer fail at the writing. Episode 19, right? The episode that blew up Demon Slayer to what it is today.
It's the fight scene.
It's ass. It's ass. It's ass. It looks pretty. It looks cool, but
it looks pretty.
It's ass. Like Nezuko's mom came out of nowhere and was like, "You gotta help your brother." I was like, "So ghost talk now."
How did Nezuko?
How did that happen? Powers? I don't know. I'm pretty sure mom was like, "You gotta wait till we get to a certain arc and they'll explain it." And no, that was random. Tanjiro's little dance, that was random. I don't care if it was foreshadowed by that one guy saying he's a child of the sun. No, it was random.
Oh man,
he randomly pulled out fire. Like, it looked cool. And it was random. It was badly written, and that's why the Demon Slayer manga was doing all right. It was doing all right. It was doing pretty much an average Shonen Jump manga, right? As good as Black Clover is doing. And then it blew up after that because it looked pretty. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is that he didn't even kill him after that. He didn't even kill him.
He didn't even win. Don't get me wrong.
didn't-
I'm there, and I'm there, and yeah, I do catch myself rewatching that fight scene because it looks amazing. I like fight scenes, right? At the same time, it's the context, and if the context not that the fight scene will never be in my top 10, top 5, top 20 because the context of the story is not good enough to hold the fight scene, right? Like it's the context of these stories, right? It is what leads up to Naruto versus Sasuke, what leads up to Goku versus Vegeta, what leads up to Jotaro versus Dio that makes these moments, right? It is the right that leads up to the climactic battle that gets people to watching these moments. If you just have a fight scene and it looks pretty, you have God of High School.
Yo, look up, literally, don't watch God of High School, just look up the fight scenes on YouTube. That's the whole anime. You're good.
That's the whole anime. You have God of High School. It's the context. So I do agree that it's just like when a fight scene drops, everyone loses their minds. And with Gear 5, I think it's the for manga readers, it's the animation, right? Because we already know the story, right? We've experienced already. We're just wanting to see it animated. I really haven't seen an anime only reaction to Gear 5, or maybe I have. I just didn't know they were anime only. And the anime only reactions I did see were the animation looked pretty.
Yeah, literally, that's it.
But what did you think about because Gear 5 has significance within the One Piece story? Not to spoil it, but yeah, it has significance. Like, what did you think of the it's one of the biggest plot twists within the show, right? What did you think of the plot twist? I'm not gonna spoil it. But, it's a big plot twist, right? What did you think of the plot twist? Well, the animation looked pretty, like
it doesn't change the fact that it's just one chapter that got animated slow as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't change that fact.
When the chapter released, as a manga fan, right? What everyone was losing their mind over was the story, right? Because it was a big plot twist, right? It's like the Attack on Titan plot twist where you find out about Aaron's,
basement,
the basement, or the end of what was it? The end of season. So many parts of season.
Or the end of Code Geass, I guess.
The end of Code Geass, like the big plot twist, right? It's like that, right? The story, right? And I think that a lot of fans, which granted, if you are. And that's just who you are. There's no judgment, but it's not for me. It's not for me. I as someone who does enjoy fight scenes, I enjoy fight scenes with context. I enjoy fight scenes with story.
Right. Let me ask you this: do you think Fullmetal Alchemist is a battle shonen? Is it considered a battle shonen?
It's a hard one.
Because I was gonna say, if it is considered a battle shonen, my actual favorite plotline or my favorite moment of Fullmetal Alchemist is not a fight. It's whenever. So spoilers for Fullmetal Alchemist if you still haven't watched it, which is kind of weird if you haven't. But go watch it. What is it? It's the moment where Ed is faced with the truth, and he's like, he's screaming at the truth to be like, I just want to bring my brother back. I'll do anything to bring my brother back. That actually like touched me in my soul because I have a brother. I have a younger brother who's I do anything for him, and it's like I felt that, and that moment where Ed screamed that and is like, I'll give you anything to bring him back, bring my brother back. Literally, that was my favorite moment of the entire thing because it struck me to my core. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not a fight scene. That's an emotional moment and a relationship moment between two brothers. You know what I mean? Like,
I say this in the video. I'll say it again. But I say like a lot of like shonen fans that I personally talk to, their favorite moments in the show aren't fight scenes. Shout out to Mike QB. His favorite anime is Naruto. Always talk about Naruto. The favorite moments he talks about aren't fight scenes. There aren't fight scenes within the show, right? They're emotional moments, right? And as for me, it's funny because my favorite moment in FMA is the inverse of what you said. So it's not the first time he meets the truth; it's the last time he meets the truth, and he gives the truth. He gets out
everything. Yeah, everything.
It's that's my favorite moment where he gives up everything, right?
Yeah,
and he's like, and he likes, oh, you'll be a normal human. He's like, I was always a normal human. Like, and that's the moment where I was like, this is the goddamn masterpiece. Like,
it's so good. It's like
this is the goddamn, like, because the way he just casually was just like, I've always been a normal man. I was like,
and it's like, dude, who cares if I can't do alchemy anymore? My brother's back. Like, my brother's body's back. You know what I mean? Like,
I was like, that hit me. I was like, damn, he was like, I don't need powers. I don't need it.
Man,
I'm good.
Man,
like,
I wish I was that good of a brother. I wish.
But I do think fight scenes are overhyped. If that's
way overhyped.
Way
they're
overhyped.
They're cool
I
happen.
enjoy them. I
That
enjoy
shouldn't
them,
be
but
the
they're
number one
way
reason to like an anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shouldn't be the number one.
Mm.
And which leads me to the last thing we're going to talk about. And I'm actually interested in this. What actually excites us about anime now? Nowadays, what pulls us in to be like, this is a really good anime? It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It doesn't have to be one of the greatest things we've ever seen. But like, what's that like essence or moment or that characteristic of a show that makes you think this is good, this is really good, and people need to watch it?
For me, it's character writing mixed with not a great premise, not a great plot, but character writing mixed with an interesting plot. So for example, it's because it depends on what I'm watching. So if I'm watching something like Licorice Recoil, what I like about Licorice Recoil is the story of Licorice Recoil, of these two girls bonding. They're complete opposites in this organization, in the secret assassin organization, right?
Mhm.
And I also like the character of Chisato, right? Those are the two things that kept me keep watching Licorice Recoil. But if I watch something like Insomniac After School, nothing's really happening in Insomniac After School, but I'm in love with the characters.
Okay.
I like watching Magari and Nakami bond. I like watching Nakami and Makari on screen. Like I like watching them. So it depends on which type of show I'm watching. So I would say it's the character writing mixed with the story being told. If your story being told is something like Insomniac After School where nothing's really happening, but you have like expert character writing to the point where people just want to see these characters live, then you're good. Or if your story is something like Licorice Recoil where you have expert character writing and something's happening, then you're more than good. You're great. You're in there, right? I think that's what kind of draws me to anime nowadays. So it's not the hypest fight scene. It's not the dramatic romantic moment. It's not the crying scene for dramas. It's not the somewhat of the mystery for mystery anime. Those are cool, but it's more so of the character writing mixed with a story that works with that type of character writing.
Yeah, I think we're on a very similar path. I think for me, what makes an anime draw me in first is very unique. Like it has to be original. Like it can't be anything I've seen like similar before. If it's anything I've seen similar before, I'm gonna be bored real quick. So something like Zom 100 that's going on right now. I haven't seen an anime like this where the dude is like just chilling, and he hates his job, and then a zombie apocalypse happens, and he's excited because he's like, I quit my job. I have no job now, and he's excited to be out here surviving. You know what I mean? And he's writing a list of, things that he wants to do before he turns into a zombie. Like, that's interesting. You know what I mean? I need interesting premises as well as, good characters, interesting character. You know what I mean? It can't be a bland or annoying character. You know what I mean? Going back to Insomniacs After School, they have both to me. I've never seen an anime where it's about people who have insomnia. Haven't seen that before. This is interesting. As well as, like you said, pretty much almost all the characters in Insomniacs After School are interesting in some way, especially the main leads, the main couple. Like they are interesting. You know what I mean? Trigun Stampede. To me, that's an interesting plot line of an experiment in the sky, and like their mission is to help out a planet, and then you realize, wait, they're not helping out this planet, and like now one of the aliens is supposed to help is like, you know what, humans have been using us for too long, and it's like, whoa, this is crazy. Whoa, what's going on? That's an interesting plot line. That's interesting. You know what I mean? It can't be just like, it just can't be, again, like Battle Shonen. It can't be the same formula.
I do agree with you. I think for me, that's what separates the good from the great. So what you describe, I would describe as a great show. And then what I would describe as a good show. So like I said, I rank something like a Licorice Recoil, like a Trigun Stampede, like, just use those two as examples, like those as great shows. Those would be my like 9s out of 10s, right? Where Insomniac After School, well, take out the personal factor, but the Insomniac After School would probably be like an 8 out of 10. I'd still rate it as 9 out of 10 because I personally enjoyed it. But
okay. I think
so
8 out of 10.
Those were the premises, right? Those premises that really get you, like from like Oshinoko, right? Where you just like the premise itself is like, wow, right?
Yeah.
Those I rank, or Heavenly Delusion, right?
You know what? I think Heavenly Delusion's an 8 out of 10 for me because, like, it's very like unique and interesting. But there are some faults here and there. You can pick and choose. I have some faults with it, but it's still really good. Like, it's a good story with an interesting premise and interesting characters. Literally, like everything I would want. In a good show. You know what I mean? But yeah. That's we could end things off here. Actually, I think we got through what we wanted. We said a lot of things. Shitted on a bunch of fan bases and anime. This is a good session, RJ.
I'm so
Anything else
sorry,
you want
JJK fans.
So, yo, JJK fans caught hella strays, bro. Like, all right.
I didn't mean it to be a JJK slander, but
Oh man, hey, it is what it is, man. I don't know what to tell you. We basically shitted on a lot of things this session. This is pretty good. Anyways, RJ, was there anything else you wanted to say to the people?
no, watch, link, click. Watch. That's all I want to say. Watch, link, click.
I guess that will lead to me talking about I'm speaking to RJ and everyone out there. Watch Bungo Stray Dogs. It's honestly, it's my favorite seinen. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's super underrated because no one talks about it, and the people who do talk about it just sing its praises.
That is true.
You know, season 1 is mid, but everything else is amazing. Just get through season 1. That's all I ask. If you don't like it after season 2, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I will be on RJ's ass about watching it because season 5 has been fire, insane, bro.
It's on the list. I have to finish Chiarafuyu, and then I'm gonna catch up to Dr. Stone, and then it's Bungo Stray Dogs.
Dude, fuck Dr. Stone, bro. The fuck?
Bungo Stray Dogs is next. Well, actually, I might not catch up to Dr. Stone because that's another season coming out in the fall.
Yeah, it's coming out in the winter, bro. Come on.
Yeah, so it's like I might just wait on that so I can just binge both of them back to back. But yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs is next after Chiarafuyu. Chiarafuyu is 3 seasons long, so give me some time.
It's not even that long.
It's 3 seasons, 25 episodes each.
Oh, 25. Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't watch season 3. I think I watched 2 seasons. Did I watch season 3? I actually don't remember if I watched season 3. Holy crap. I thought I was caught up, but I don't remember anymore. Oh shit. Maybe I need to catch up. Shoot. I liked both seasons from what I watched, but I actually don't remember watching season 3. Oh shit. I need to get on that. But yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs, 5 seasons, each one being 12 to 13 episodes, sometimes 11, to be honest. It's my personal favorite anime this season so far. You know, Link Click is right there behind it. It's really good, but you know, hey man, yeah, watch both of those, man. I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, guys, check out RJ on his channel On the Rise, and shout out their Twitch as well. They're doing great things over there. Anything else you want to plug?
No, just the channel and Twitch. That's pretty much it.
All right, bet guys. Anyways, I'm sure RJ will be back eventually because we have great discussions, and low-key we agree on a lot of stuff, but we also have a little bit of banter because we do disagree on some. Dragon Ball Z should not be your favorite anime. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, oh man. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys later.